Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of Gift of Gab. I'm your host, Gab, and today we have a special guest here with us. We have a guest that is a fantastic content creator, an advocate, a warrior, and just all around sunshine. This isn't my first introduction to her, and just anytime we come into contact with each other, it's been complete sunshine. So please welcome to the show, Miss Imani. Imani, how are you today?
Good, good. How are you?
Good, good, good. Super excited to have you here. This is me. Like I found Imani. Well, Imani didn't need to be found, so let me say that. I happened to come across Imani by scouring the internet, specifically Instagram, for wonderful guests, and I came across a post on a page that is for Black women, and Imani was talking about her journey with today's topic, which is Imani has to help me pronounce this, y'all. 'Cause I practice in my, and I still can't get it. So I'm gonna try to say it. Okay, I wrote it down. I'm gonna try to say it. We're gonna see how this works out. All right. So it is. You know what? Don't worry about it. It's HS. Will you please pronounce the actual name?
So, I feel like there's a whole bunch of like pronunciations for it, but what I've heard a lot is hydronitis suppurativa. So that's the whole
Hidradenitis Suppurativa. Okay,
thing.
I'm
So
gonna
I'll go
mess
with
it up again, but we're gonna give it what we got. Okay, so but with that being said, Imani, tell us who you are outside of Egypt.
it. So I am 27 years old. I was born and raised in New Haven, Connecticut. I am a full-time recruiter. I do full-time HS content and just lifestyle videos. And I love to work out. I love to, um, I'm not even gonna say I love to cook, but I love to eat and try new things.
We on the same.
I'm not even gonna sit here and be like, I like to cook. Genuinely love trying new foods. I love traveling, and I think a big thing that I'm learning, just through my journey is a lot of self-care and self-love. So that's just a little bit about me.
All the things. We love all the girls who are all the things. And your content creation is fabulous. Listen, I got to get some pointers from you after this because your camera strides are just like Hollywood. I'm talking about like just on point, like really good. And y'all, at the end of today's episode, as always, we will make sure that you have information on where you can find Imani and make sure y'all follow her and reach out. So let's dive into things a bit here. Um, you had this incredible journey with HS. And I just want to give a little bit of context for people who may not be familiar with that.
So HS, is a chronic condition. It's an autoinflammatory condition. So I'll get reoccurring boil-like abscesses in like my groin area, my armpit area, buttocks area, pretty much kind of like in those enclosed spaces. But they can typically happen kind of like where hair follicles can be found. So when I was about like 11 years old, um, I kind of had a couple like on like the groin area. And I remember just sitting there and I was telling my mom, I was like, Mom, like, what is this? Like, oh my goodness. And at 11 years old, it's kind of like you're going through like, kind of like puberty
Yeah.
and like things are starting to develop and stuff like that. So it's just like, oh my
Yes.
God. I'm like, I'm good at this. I don't know this, but I'm like, what's going on?
Right.
And, and, we just kind of thought it was just because I wasn't cleaning well. Um, I I don't know what it was with me, but I think this is the first time I'm kind of admitted this, but like I was a lazy kid. Like I didn't want to get in the shower. Like I just wanted to chill. I was like I wanted to watch shows. Like I was just like,
Yeah.
okay. So it was like, okay, maybe it's because I'm not getting in the shower or like cleaning
Right.
myself fine. That's honestly what we thought. And I remember just taking a lot of showers. I remember trying to just keep myself clean, and then they ended up like going away. So fast forward, I was in high school. I wanted to pop out, like I wanted to
Period.
be cute. You look pretty, girl. So, to shave my underarm.
Okay.
So I got a razor. My mom taught me how to shave, and it seemed pretty easy. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, this is I could do
Right,
that. So
absolutely.
like,
Just go on in, dive in.
it was like, okay, I can do this. So I ended up just shaving, and I ended up getting like, oh my goodness, like there was a flare, like it was probably the size of a golf ball, and my
Mhm.
mom was like, okay, she was like, this is not normal. We need to
Yeah.
go to the hospital. Um, so I ended up getting diagnosed by my primary doctor, which is very rare. A lot of people don't get diagnosed by their primary doctor. It's starting to change now. It's starting to be a little bit different nowadays, but back then, for me, now realizing and within the community that I'm in, like to get diagnosed by your primary doctor right then and there is just like, oh my goodness.
Wow.
So that's kind of how it started off in the beginning, just regarding my HS. So that's how I kind of found out about it.
Gotcha. So
Not kind of, that's how I did.
so how did how was life for you as a kid? Like between 11 and when you got the official like diagnosis, what was life like for you as a kid?
So quiet. Like people think I'm lying when I say that, but I was so like I was genuinely so quiet. Like
Yeah.
I was kind of a loner as a kid. Like I had people that I would like talk to, but I feel like I was always kind of by myself, like drawing, just me being creative. And when I got my phone, like the musically stuff, like dancing and stuff like that, making cute little videos and
Oh, so
stuff like that.
you ain't new to this. You true to this. You've been out there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is an exclusive, okay? Because yeah, I feel
Period.
like I've been doing it for a while. Like
Yeah, with
I, it,
musically you have, yes.
yeah, I this is
Yes.
this is definitely like a thing that I've just enjoyed doing, just content and just
Yeah.
being in front of the camera, talking in front of the camera. Like I've genuinely fell in love with it. So I think that was a lot of what I did as a kid. Is just while growing up, kind of just tapping into like that video editing and
Yeah.
like pictures and stuff like that. I think I've always found an interest in that. But growing up with it, I think it was kind of like I don't know, it was kind of tough,
Mhm.
especially going through high school
Yeah.
and then getting diagnosed with it because it's just like you want to be normal. You want to be like everyone else. You want to be able to just shave your arms and nothing happen. You want to just, walk in without like having any flares or anything like that.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the case with me. And like what I'm trying to do just within my life is kind of just make that normal. Like it's okay to have a flare. Like it's okay to have padding under your arm. Because I remember during that time of like when I was a kid, like it was kind of, oh my goodness. But I always made sure that I had outlets, to kind of express myself because it was hard to with having flare ups.
Was there anyone else in your family that you knew of, that was dealing with the same condition?
Um, no. I asked my mom. She said she like hasn't had it. Um, asked my grandparents. Not really. Not nothing to like my extent or anything like that. I recently just asked my dad, and he didn't have any knowledge of it.
Yeah.
So I was like, um, I
Where
guess I'm the first.
yeah, no.
I'm the first to
And I
have
asked
it.
that because in online resources that I was, reading through, um, what I came across, and correct me if there's something different, but the information that I came across from multiple sources, from the Mayo Clinic to um, National Bioinfo site, there was a document I found about a doctor from, excuse me, from Howard University that talked about doing some research and bringing some more light to it. What they all had in common was that there's there's really research has not found a why, right? They are attributing it right now to genetics. Like it's just being passed down. But that's not even concrete, right? Like they're just like, we don't
Yeah.
know why this is a thing. Do you have any other information on that? Did I totally mess that up?
I think I think it could be a possibility. Um, like you said, like we're all kind of like in the thing of like we're kind of not really sure of how it
Yeah.
happens. I was re I'm a ChatGPT girl. And I was like, let me kind of just see what ChatGPT kind of comes up with.
Yeah.
And what I was reading on is, I guess it's just my body overprotecting itself because it thinks something is happening with my pores. Like
Mhm.
I'm not too particularly sure, but I know there's just a lot of inflammation there. And I think it's just kind of trapped in there. So that's my kind of like definition of what is going on.
Right.
Um, but that's kind of like the definition that I'll tend to say. But
Yeah.
it could possibly be like from someone like your passed down kind of thing. Um, it could just be genetics. It could just be I just had the HS,
Yeah. Look.
condition, but I'm not too sure. I know there's like a lot of like resources out
Yeah.
there that are able to touch on that subject. Like there's hsconnect.org, there's OSID, um, there is the HS Foundation. Like there's so many resources that kind of have more information regarding that.
It definitely sounds like we definitely need to do some more research, right? Like there's still some questions that have to be answered about HS, and doctors are really working really hard from everything I've read to get a lot more answers for people around this condition. Um, so let's talk about your diagnosis, right? Um, can you tell us a little bit about that process, what that looked like for you?
Yeah. Um, when she told me I had it, I was like, "Ha, all right, next." Like, I wasn't trying to believe it. I was like, okay, she's talking about something. This is gonna be lifelong.
Mhm.
Okay. I was like, I just remembered it because I was about like, it was a week before my birthday. I got diagnosed literally a week before my birthday, so
Sure.
I definitely try to hear it. But
Yes.
uh, I remember going in there and she was like, "Yeah, you have HS. This is gonna be long term. You're gonna have this for the rest of your life." And I think I remember just sitting there and I was like, "Okay, yeah." I was like, I know she got the PhD, but she I was like, I don't think she's right in this department. But I was in denial. I really was in denial because I was not trying to believe it. And for 2 years, I was taking medication at the time, so I was taking something called clindamycin. I think I started off with um, nope, it was a cream called clindamycin, and then I had minocycline. Wow, oh my goodness, it's all coming back now. Minocycline I was on, it was on a medication. I was taking probably like a couple pills a day. And then the clindamycin, it was a gel, and there was also clobetasol, which is a steroid. So from that, I was just using it until I think minocycline didn't work too well anymore, and my HS was starting to get a little tough. So I was like, um, it was one time in the summer, and I had ended up getting a really bad flare. It was so bad I had to go to the emergency room, and I ended up getting the lady. She did like a little incision,
Yeah.
and I knew right then and there I was like, this is not right. I was like, this ain't right. This don't feel right. And I always tell myself I always have a PhD in my own body. Like
That's
if
right.
something feels off, I'm like, something feels off. And what she did, I was like, yeah, that's not right. So
Mhm.
it got to the point of where me going to that emergency room encouraged me to make my first dermatology appointment. And from there, it has been a ride,
Yeah.
but there has definitely been so much support and
Good.
love from the dermatologist and now the HS specialist. So it's been a journey.
Although one thing I love that you said, and I talked about this on a past episode with a young woman who was dealing with fibroids. And this is the recurring theme anytime a subject of health comes up with Black women. Advocate for yourself.
Mhm.
You know your body better than anybody. Don't just take the first answer. Advocate for yourself. Go
Mhm.
and say, "Hey, like, I hear what you're telling me, but I'm not sure that that's the end of the road. This doesn't
Mhm.
feel right. This doesn't my body didn't used to do this." So, I'm very, very, very glad that you said that. Because that's just, like, that's just what we have to do, which leads me to my next question. As you were on this journey, did you feel like you were being heard by doctors, by, um, whoever you were seeing? Like, I heard you say there was a lot of support. There was that support in the medical offices as well as family and friends, or how did that look for you?
Yeah. For me, I definitely feel that I did have a lot of support. Sometimes I really had to like, if I didn't want to do like, like a steroid
Yeah,
injection, I'd be like, hold up. I was like, wait a minute, my body is not feeling that right now. Like
yeah,
there would definitely be times where I had to tell them that.
yeah,
Um I definitely did not know at the time that there were like a lot of misdiagnoses. I didn't know that there were a lot of just like the treatment within these offices. Um I definitely feel that I don't know. I genuinely like can't say that it was like a bad experience for me,
yeah,
but
good.
from like stories that I've heard, like I think a lot of support definitely is more needed within the offices. But I know I had the support of my mom, just doctors. When I started posting online, a lot of fellow HS warriors, even people who just wanted to learn about the
Yeah,
condition, my coworkers, my supervisor, a lot of people. I guess when I got comfortable, like when I told them about it,
yeah,
it just brought in a whole bunch of support. But it's crazy because I didn't know at the time of what I now know because of hearing so many other stories that there was a lot of mistreatment within the like in that field.
yeah,
And I know that they're there to help us, but like it's people go through different experiences, and
absolutely.
it's it's very powerful to hear those stories because then it kind of like generates talk and to make a difference and make a change and let dermatologists know and let HS specialists know and let primary care doctors know
Yeah.
this is how we feel. So I think that's
Um,
how I feel.
and I'm very glad you had a great experience where you were heard and your concerns were, top of everybody's mind and said no, no one forced you to do things. Because unfortunately a lot of times a lot of us go through situations where the doctors are like, listen, I got the doctorate degree, not you. I know better. So, X, Y, Z. So that makes me feel really good to know that you were supported and definitely heard. Um,
And it's good. It's a very good feeling, like my mom, my grandparents, because I didn't tell a lot of people, but the people that I did tell at the time, like just to have that little support meant so much to me. And now being able to help others within their journey too, like it's like it's just like a whole full circle moment. So that support, and especially doing things like this, like coming up
I
here chatting, and
know.
okay, like we out here.
I know that. Listen, I could just, imagine coming from a place of like, my life has changed. Like, what am I, what's next? What does life look
Yeah.
like for me to be here and, standing proudly and boldly in who you are and saying, listen, like you, you too can have a full life regardless
Hmm.
of this condition. So very, very proud of you for that and very happy to see that, you progressed through this journey with so much support. So with that in mind, talk to me about like if you're comfortable with it, a moment or a challenging moment or moments that you had with HS, like before you really kind of stepped into your power, or even when you did, what was just like a moment that like it was just challenging for you.
I think before I got on my biologic and I think currently now. So there's two sections to this. Hardships I felt with before I got on my injections, my biologic. Um, a lot of drainage. Always having to make sure I had to carry padding and making sure nothing was gonna fall off of me, make sure everything was, covered up properly. And by covered up, I mean bandage wise, because I'm the first one to wear a tank top with the bandages.
Yes,
I will not, that's my hey, no.
right. That's right.
But to make sure, everything is all secured and stuff like that. And I'm not a morning person, so I would have to wake up really early in the morning to do that. So it was really just, having to mentally prepare myself. I think I was in a really bad mental state at the time
Yeah.
of just, I'm like, oh, I have to go to work. And I was working two jobs at the time. So I would have to, and I'm a recruiter, so I had to, hey, hello, good morning. And then I would, for my second job, I was a fitness staff. So I would still have to do the, hey, good afternoon. How are-" Like, so it was just a lot of just like trying to kind of pull myself together when I know I wasn't together. And
Yeah.
I think that was one of the hardest times because it's happened multiple times
Mhm.
and still sometimes to this day. It's just trying to really make try to be strong for myself.
Yeah.
But a big thing I learned was to give myself grace and to give myself that understanding. Now, fast forward to after being on the biologic, I feel I feel like I could do 10 backflips.
Yeah.
But there's still some like reservations because if I wanted to a big thing is me wanting to start like my own business and to do what do what I love to do. I can't because of my insurance. So if I was to transition into like another role and stuff like that, I would lose my insurance.
Yeah.
So that hardship I find is just like I depend on this insurance. If I don't have this insurance, I don't have my biologic. If I don't have my biologic, I can't get any other medications. If I can't get any other medication, my HS could possibly come back harder. So
Yeah.
it's that constant fear of just like, what is going to happen? Oh my goodness. What happens if I don't take this biologic? What happens if I lose my insurance? So I think that's my biggest fear right now.
Yeah.
Um, but I think a lot of me tries to stay positive within that. I've been through so much before, and to be able to sit here and to have a smile on my face and think about like how much I've overcome
Absolutely.
is very powerful, and I think that's really what keeps me going. But those are kind of like the hardships that I've had before,
Yeah.
till now, and kind of possibly in the future.
Yeah. And I mean, we have to have 20 other episodes to just talk about the healthcare system here in America. And to we
Yeah.
we there aren't enough days in a year to just cover that. So I
Yeah.
understand that. I absolutely understand that. But what I truly believe in my heart of hearts is that God will always make a way. He gives you gifts to make room for you. Like he is
Hmm.
not going to, give you all of the tools that you have and not give you what you need to be able to fully use those tools, right? So here's to you breaking away from it and still having coverage. Okay. We
I literally
we
told
claiming that.
like everyone I told, like when I first started doing content, when I started talking about my ages, I remember my first video, like I remember just I posted it, like I remember showing my arms and I was like, I have this condition. I remember coming back hours later, there were so many comments, oh my gosh, I have this, oh my god, I'm like, whoa. And I remember literally sitting on this bed right here looking up and I'm like, God, if this is something that you want me to do, use me. Let me do it. He took that and ran with it. So I'm just like,
Girl, I
so
say shameless
I,
plug.
agree with you.
Coming up. Shameless plug. We got an episode coming up about praying scary prayer.
Yes,
Okay?
yes.
Because let me tell you how scary of a prayer that is. And then God answered like, oh,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
like so.
Oh yeah.
Listen, yes, but all of the things for you, all of the good things. So, because you already doing the Lord's work, girl. You already doing the Lord's work. So, let me ask you, how since the diagnosis, the journey, um, through everything, how do you take care of your mental health when you are in those tough spaces of this journey?
I feel like for my mental, it is a very I have to think positive. Like it sounds so like think positive, but
Yeah,
it really makes a difference.
yeah.
I had done a Spartan race with my trainer and his girlfriend. They both were my trainers. She ended up passing away, but the we ended up doing that Spartan race, and I remember it was just so like I was like, "Ah, I can't do it." I was like, "Oh my gosh, like, get me off of this hill." It was a big hill. And I was like, "This is just too much. Oh my goodness." And I remember complaining the whole time when I had ended up having my surgery, um, a couple months before then, I was like, "Oh, I'm just stuck in the house and blah blah blah, yada yada yada." And I was really depressed. So it was just like, how do I get out of this? And after we did that Spartan race, he told me it was my mindset, and I was like, "I don't think so." I was like, "Yeah, you're wrong." I was like, "I don't know," and, like, I'm not believing that, but when I really sat down at the end of the night and thought about it, I was like, "It really is my mindset," because the way you go into things, that is that's how it's like, you're projecting it to be kind of. So, if I go into work and just be like, "Huh, we're gonna have a bad day today," and blah, 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 you're speaking that into existence. So I told myself when dealing with, HS and like the mental aspect of it, I have to speak kindness over myself. I have to show myself grace. When I have a flare up, that's just my body saying, like, I don't take it as like, oh my God, I have this big thing under my arm and blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah. I take it as, okay, my body is like, girl, we need to take a time out. We
yeah.
need to do some flare care. We need to take a nice, cute little shower. We could do a cute face mask, put a nice show on. Like, that's how I have to look at it now.
Love that.
And from that day, from once I knew how to kind of twist it into positivity,
Yeah.
it's been different ever since.
Yeah.
It's been different.
Reframing things can help a lot. So that's awesome. To reframe it, to really just not look at it like, oh, woe is me, and look at it as, oh, but here's an opportunity to do this. So I absolutely love that. Um,
And to definitely go through the feels too. That's something that I'm also learning is to, just grow through what you go through. And like, it's okay to cry. It's okay to just be like, huh. Cause I'd be lying if I wasn't like, huh, these flare ups. Oh my goodness. Like, I would be lying if I said I didn't do that. Cause I probably did it like maybe 15, about before we even got started with this. But, I really was like, I'm good.
yeah,
I'm breathing.
yeah.
I'm beautiful. I'm looking in the mirror right now. I keep going. If you see me going like this, it's me looking in the
Yeah.
mirror, just praying myself and just, knowing that I'm worthy and that like I'm gonna be okay. So I think it's definitely feel the feels, but then it's how you come out of it. It's
Yeah,
how you handle it. That's really
absolutely.
gonna make or break it.
Oh, I love it. I absolutely love that. Like, feel the feel. Don't try to fight them. Grow through, let them happen. They're a part of the journey. They're necessary. They're absolutely
Yeah.
necessary because it helps you to build resilience. It helps to
Mhm.
remind you that, you know what, this is temporary. This moment
Yes.
is to pass. So I really love that you highlighted that. So that leads me actually to my next question. For the person watching this episode who maybe just got this diagnosis and they're feeling isolated, they're feeling ashamed, what do you say to them?
If I had to tell someone who just got diagnosed, who felt like they were alone, number one, you are not alone. There is a whole community out there of so many people, black, white, blue, gray, orange. There are so many people who have this condition. It just is not rare. It's just rarely talked about, but we're bringing light to it. I think that that's the first thing I would say.
Yeah.
The second thing, grace. Give yourself grace. It's okay. Whether it takes you 2 days to understand what this condition is, whether it takes you 3 years, 4 years, it's okay. You're learning this process one day at a time. You're learning what this condition is one day at a time. Where I feel like I'm still learning. Like I'm still when I'm going to like, panels or conferences and kind of just learning more about my HS, like I feel like I'm genuinely still learning. Like there's always like if I leave, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I learned this. Oh my gosh, I learned that. So never feel like you're alone. Always show yourself grace and kindness, speak positivity over your life and your body, and know that, the journey isn't like that. We we didn't get here like this, I promise you. This is not anything that happens overnight. It takes time, and time creates healing, which creates peace. So that's something that I honestly believe.
I love that. You briefly mentioned some of the resources that are available to those who are on an HS journey. Would you mind sharing some of those again? And we'll make sure, y'all, that we put them in the show notes at the
Mhm.
YouTube. So,
Yeah. So OSID is an organization. It is run by Jasmine.
mhm,
She is um just creating space for anyone with HS, our autoinflammatory condition, also HS Connect. It's run by Brinley. Um, they definitely, I feel, bring a lot of those are kind of like my resources that I will go to
yeah,
with OSID and hsconnect.org. I know the HS Foundation has a lot of resources as well. And I feel like there's so many other um, places that you can also go to. Like, there's so many creators that you can go to that'll direct you to those resources. I feel like it's a lot more information, but those will usually be the resources that I do go to, because there sometimes can be a lot of misinformation out there, and understandable. We're all learning, so I think it's definitely important to do your research, um, get the information, from like a trusted source, just like those organizations. So that's kind of where I head to for those like answers or resources.
gotcha. Well, y'all, let me just say, because we have to say this, nothing in this, we are not doctors. We cannot diagnose. We
No,
cannot give you any medicine. This is
none.
Imani's journey. It might not look like yours, okay? So let's be clear, because I don't want
Mhm,
y'all talking about, well, they said that. No. Consult your physician, okay?
mhm.
Advocate for yourself. Reach out to the resources that may be able to help guide you on your journey. But this episode is purely about Imani's journey, okay? Imani, we are just so grateful to have had you here and for you to share your journey with us. And I see lots of women see. I can't tell you, like, I read through the comments, okay? I'm one of those people. I read through the comments, especially because I'm always somebody who talks shit. So I read through, okay?
For
And I read through these comments and just the way these women were just, you know, grabbing a hold of like, oh my God, like I see you and I see you live boldly in what you have going on. And, I want a piece of that. I want to be able to live boldly like that as well. So my hat's off to you for just showing up and saying, you know what, like this is just a part of my journey. It doesn't change who I am. It's just a part of the journey. So thank you so much for holding space, for advocating for those who are on the same journey as you. Let the people know where they can find you on the socials.
Oh my gosh. You guys can find me At Mott's World, it's MOTTSWORLD. I think my Instagram one has like a hyphen after it, but if you just look it up, because I think there's probably like two Mott's Worlds up there, so you'll see me. I'll be there, but all my socials are just Mott's World. Or you could just look up Imani Future and I'll probably pop up.
Perfect. Well, y'all, as always, what do I say? I love y'all. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Till next time.